Welcome back! Today we have here a Seiko Lady Diver, also known as the Mini Apocalypse. Reference number 22050760. Before we begin, please don't forget to click the subscribe button so you don't miss any videos like this. Thank you. This watch right here is a very small Seiko dive watch. Let's get that out of the way. First, the size. I have my caliper here, 33.9. The thickness is 12.49. And let's see the 37.05 for the lug to lug. And let's see the lug width, 15.49. Okay, so now that's out of the way, you can now visualize how small this watch is. This watch comes in two dials. There was an orange one, and this one we have right here is the black one. I previously have an orange one, although that was a quartz watch. This one is bearing the 2205 movement, which is a high beat movement. It is quite shocking, yeah. I was shocked too when I realized it was a high beat. It beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour, same as the 8L35, which is a phenomenal movement by Seiko. This watch has 17 jewels, a power reserve of approximately 32 hours. The crystal on this watch is a hardlex crystal, and as you can see throughout those years, it still looks in excellent condition. It claims to be 150 meters of water resistant, although I highly doubt that it's still possible, and I would not put this to the test because simply I love this watch. I want it in my collection and I want to keep it that way. I'm going to show you the lume here. It still works fairly well considering it has aged throughout the decades. The crown position is on the 3 o'clock with a tiny date on the 3. It is very small, and this movement is not hackable, so if you pull the crown, the second hand still moves. Okay. The bezel on this one moves but does not click, unfortunately. Maybe the clicker there is destroyed. As long as it still moves, I don't mind that. Bidirectional movement. Seiko released a lot of variations of dive watches before, and honestly I've had the opportunity to see a few, but this one is to me the most beautiful one. And even though it is a very small watch, the look on the wrist is kind of funny, but it's kind of wearable actually, considering that it has a size of 33, 34. Let me show an example right here. I have a dress watch right here, Titoni Cosmo King. I want you to see the difference there. This watch is smaller compared to this one. Let's just measure the size so you can see the case size. It is a 32.85, so it is definitely smaller, but the dial on the Titoni is wider, therefore giving it the look that, or the illusion that it's bigger. This one, the dial is smaller, which gives it an even smaller look. So during the 60s and 70s, dress watches, men dress watches, were about this size. To our standard today, dive watches of this size is just tiny, tiny, tiny. And dive watches are supposed to be legible, especially underwater. And this one is just not going to pass it in today's standard on this size. Although for a vintage watch, it is a very cool watch to have. Now we have them here side by side. The 6105-8110 against the 2205-0760. And the difference is huge. This watch is 45 millimeters, and this is the Apocalypse one, worn by Martin Sheen on the movie Apocalypse Now. That's why it's called Apocalypse watch. And this is the Mini Apocalypse. The shape is asymmetrical for this one. This one, yeah, it has some distinctiveness to it. I don't really actually know why they call it the Mini Apocalypse, because the dial on this one has a circle hour markers compared to this one is all squares and rectangle. Maybe because it gives off the shape, the sides, and that bezel. And honestly, if I wear it, let's see it on the wrist here. You've probably seen it on the b-rolls already, but just for another reference, it is a very small watch, and for daily wear it's gonna look funny. As I've said, it is a lady diver. I just like to collect watches from all kinds, because this is a part of history right here. So the 6105 on the other hand, an icon. What more can I say? It's been reissued. There's a lot of versions right now selling for it. There's a 6R35 version. There's also an 8L35 version. This is just an iconic watch, and it's reissued. This one on the other hand, I highly doubt it's going to be reissued anytime soon, considering that women's watches of Seiko are heading in a different direction. Although this is just cool to see it. It's just so small. Yeah, I love it. I love it in the collection, and I like to keep this watch. Would I wear it daily? Definitely not daily. But I would wear it whenever I feel like it. It's more like a piece that you can show that you have, because not every day you pass by a 2205 0760. So there you have it, guys. I would just like to give you a quick look on this watch and what I think about it, because this is part of my collection right now. The strap here, the rubber strap, I got it from the quartz one that was broken. It's not the original, I guess, but it still it does bear the Sports 150, so it matches it out. And the strap can fit on my wrist, so I like it that the strap has kind of an extension. Besides it being just 16 millimeters, it extends like an 18, so it doesn't look that small on the wrist, the strap. Yeah, but otherwise it is a cool watch to have in the collection. That's all I can say. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you liked it, and I'll see you soon. Stay safe.